My god, it's huge! Hi guys, and welcome to TechteamGB. Today we're going to take a look at the XFX R9 280, and before we jump into the what's in the box and what the card looks like and then the gaming benchmarks, just want to say it's a fantastic card, it's great value for money, and if you want to skip through me talking anymore, there should be a table of contents, and if there isn't, bug me in the comments until there is, but I should do one, hopefully, fingers crossed, where basically you can check from me talking to what's in the box and what the card looks like to the actual games that we're going to be doing. The games we're going to be doing are Goat Simulator, because why not? Battlefield 3, because we don't know Battlefield 4. Crysis 3, because we have a free game code. Or we had a free game code until I used it. Goat Simulator, as I said, because why not? Left 4 Dead 2, Bioshock Infinite, and Tomb Raider. I think Grid 2 as well, just because we want a racing vibe as well. Anyway, those are the games we're going to be testing. We're going to be testing this card against the 7870 and the 6870 I have sitting over there, but we'll show you that later on in the video. Anyway, stick around and we'll show you what's in the box now. Anyway, the card has a very nice design with a matte black sort of housing and the dual fan design, as well as the XFX logo. On the back we have dual mini display port, HDMI, dual link DVI and single link DVI, so that's very nice connectors. Also there's a rear exhaust vent. On the side of the card has a very nice design with the XFX logo, the 8-pin and 6-pin power connectors, which I actually have a gripe with. It's very hard to remove the actual connectors because the heatsink, while awesome and massive, gets in the way. Anyway, the dual crosshair heads may be slightly inaccessible, but the PCI Gen 3 makes it very easy to connect to different things, and also the dual crosshair heads mean it's very expandable. In the box we have a crosshair bridge, obviously the card itself in an anti-static bag, dual Molex to single 6-pin connector and a dual 6-pin to 8-pin connector, warranty information, a couple of brochures, more warranty information, graphics card, driver, disc, which you need to throw out, and also just some information about installing the graphics card and driver, which is a bit strange, but hey, if you don't know how to do this, then you probably shouldn't have bought this card. Anyway, the card itself looks very nice, and what we're going to be doing to test it is play a multitude of games, which I hopefully listed earlier, in which case, good, but we're comparing it against these two cards, the 6870 XFX, and also the XFX 7870. So yeah, let's get on with the game. So I'm going to sort of show you the games, what I sort of played through in some areas, including this Bioshock one, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the results. So with Bioshock, we basically had, so the red card, on the graph here, the red is the 280, then we have the green, which is the 7870, and then the light blue, which is the 6870. Obviously, if you want to gather all the information now, then feel free to take a look, but that was the average FPS chart, and as you can see, the 280 does beat it. It is very, very nice and very, very playable. The 6870 actually couldn't handle this card, this game, so yeah, well, on Ultra, I guess it's not a problem, but it's nice to, you know, be able to run your games as they were sort of intended to be played. Goat Simulator is a fairly different story actually, since it's not terribly optimized for everything and anything. All the cards seem to perform fairly similar, with the R9 280 having a slight edge, then the 7870, then the 6870. Still not too much difference, so not a huge issue here. Anyway, if I'm not talking, then it'll just be hopefully some cool music. On to Left 4 Dead, as you can see, killing the tank, it's fairly easy actually. I started recording halfway through filming. But yes, Left 4 Dead 2 is a completely different story to Goat Simulator, as it's very, very obvious which card performs better. The Source Engine seems to provide great analysis for which card has the raw horsepower to really perform, and as you can see, Left 4 Dead 2 is a great example of that. The R9 280 hammers in at a couple of, well, maximum FPS of a couple hundred FPS, and an average of, I think, around about 150 or something, which we'll see later. Anyway, Tomb Raider was fairly similar as well. In fact, it was very hard to play. On the 6870, as you can see, the frame rate was literally just about 30, whereas on the both the R9 280 and the 7870, which are clearly a lot more optimized for this new flat AAA title, it was a lot easier to play and a lot nicer actually. On to Battlefield 3. Yes, I am playing a multiplayer match. This is actually, forget the inaccuracies, but this is how I did the benchmarking for Battlefield 3. Turns out that both for all the Origin games that I tested and the Bioshock Infinite, the 6870 just couldn't handle this on Ultimate properly without being terribly laggy. So the R9 280 did very well, stuck around about 60 FPS, just over actually, and the 7870 kept up fairly well as well. Obviously both of these games are very well optimized in the driver as well as in the actual game for these cards, so that's very nice. On to Crysis 3, and we've got some skill shot with a bow, but yeah, performed very well. While recording it did drop a little bit in FPS, but hey, I didn't do the benchmark while recording, so at least I'm not that inaccurate. But the benchmarks again show that there is a little bit of difference between the R9 280 and the 7870, which is why I'm probably going to recommend that if you have a 7870, stick with it for now until the prices of the R9 280 or 280X 290, 290X drop, and then go for one of the higher end cards, because the 280 just isn't that much different. It's between 5, 10 or 15% depending on what game you're playing, performance increase, and obviously with the games that you get 15% performance increase in, generally speaking, you're probably doing quite well anyway. In Grid 2 performed excellently. And as you'll see in just a second, the difference is pretty good actually. So the 6870 pretty much just hit on 40 FPS, which is nice as an average, but for a racing game it's nice to see that the 7870 handled at 60 well, and then the R9 280 peaked at I think about 70 for the average there, which is nice. It's nice that you're beating the screen's refresh rate. But anyway, the actual charts I've got are the average, minimum, maximum from Fraps, and if you want to take a look at any of the results, just pause here, and then hopefully you can gather the fact that the 6870 didn't do too well, the 7870 did pretty well, and the R9 280 did brilliantly. Anyway, thanks for watching this TechteamGB video. The question of the video will definitely be, would this card fit in your case, because it's 12 inches long. Yeah, anyway, would it fit in your case or PC case, because that joke is terrible. Would it fit in your case? I'm sorry. Anyway, would it fit in your PC case? Let us know in the comments down below. If you could subscribe, if you haven't already, that'd be fantastic. Realistically, if everyone suddenly on the internet subscribed, and so we had like 10 billion subscribers in about 3 seconds, then I would definitely give all of my possessions, including this graphics card, away to you. If that didn't happen, then shame, but you still need to subscribe anyway, because the more subscribers we have, the more chance we have of getting one of these just to give away. So yeah, if you want free stuff, subscribe. If you don't want free stuff, subscribe anyway, because you know you love me. And we'll see you all in the next video. Like if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, dislike if you don't like me, like it if you like me, dislike if you want me to shut up now. Go on, do it, do it. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video.